Welcome to the MozyHome tutorials. In this tutorial, we discuss how to configure backup sets in the Mozy client. The Mozy client is the software installed on a machine, allowing it to be backed up. To access the settings window of the Mozy client, right-click the icon located in the taskbar and select Settings. Before the settings window opens, if prompted, enter the user's password and click Login. To configure your backup set, click on the Backup Sets tab at the top of the settings window. At the bottom of the backup set screen, there is information displayed that is useful when selecting files for backup. If you have MozyHome Free installed, the limit indicates the amount of quota that is available to you when backing up data. If you have MozyHome Unlimited installed, this value is not populated because you have unlimited storage available to you. If you have MozyHome Free installed, remaining indicates the amount of storage that is still available for you to back up data with. If you have MozyHome Unlimited installed, this value is not populated because you have unlimited storage available to you. Files indicates the number of files that you have selected for backup. A backup set is a set of common files that are grouped together. This lets you quickly select files for backup without having to search for files individually. Some common backup sets include music, photos and images, word processing documents, i.e. favorites, and more. To understand better what a backup set is, let's take a look at music. By double-clicking on music, we can choose to open Edit Backup Set. Let's change this backup set to include only classical music. We can change the name of a backup set to indicate that this backup set now only includes classical music. In the backup set name field, type classical music. The middle part of the screen is similar to Windows Explorer, and this is where we select the folders where Mozy will search for files. Currently, this backup set is searching for music files on the desktop and also in some folders on the C drive. This is indicated by a black check mark on a gray background. If we expand out the C drive, we can see that this backup set is searching for all music files in My Documents and My Music. This is indicated by a black check mark on a white background. Since we want to select all classical music files on the machine, let's have the client search all of the C drive by clicking the box next to the C drive. The gray background now changes to a white background, indicating that all classical music files on the C drive will be backed up. Below the Explorer window are the rules associated with the backup set. Right now, our backup set is going to include all file types that have one of the following extensions and excludes all other file types. Since we only want to back up our classical music, let's add an additional rule that will only select files that start with the name classical. To add another rule, we click the plus button. Next, we make sure that the first dropdown is set to and the second dropdown is set to Include. Select File Name in the next dropdown followed by Starts With. In the text field, we enter the word Classical and finish by clicking OK. Clicking on Classical Music, we can see that the only music files that start with the word Classical are selected for backup. Notice that this file starts with a capital C. This is because backup sets are not case sensitive. Checking the box next to classical music selects the music files to be backed up, and if we were done, we could click OK to close the Mozy Online Backup setting window. However, let's change this backup set a little more. Let's say we have advanced backup sets enabled. This is done by clicking on the Options tab and checking the box Show Advanced Backup Set Features. We want to back up our classical music as well as our oldies music. We right-click on the backup set again and select Edit Backup Set. Next, we add another rule by clicking the plus button, and instead of using and, let's use or. We still want to use Include, File Name, and Starts With. In the last field, we enter the word oldie. The backup set has selected every music file that starts with either classical or oldie. If we want to add a personal backup set, we do this by right-clicking the left-hand window and selecting Add a Backup Set. Now give the backup set a name, for example, Class Examples. Select a folder from which you want Mozy to search for files. Let's select the C drive. Click on Add a Rule. This backup set must include all docx files that start with class. Click Include all file types that have a docx extension. We also need an additional rule that will include all files whose name starts with class. To add another rule, click the plus box and make sure this box is set to include file name, starts with class. Click OK. This backup set is now added to the list, and all files included in this rule will now get backed up. Thank you for joining us for this tutorial which covered configuring MozyHome backup sets. We hope you have found it useful. For more information and other tutorials, please visit us at support.mozy.com.